Hi everyone, this is Holly from Hot Humble Pie. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and a big warm hello to my subscribers. I love you guys. Today I'm bringing you 6 kitchen DIY ideas that can be used for decor or for useful purposes. And as always, I hope you enjoy the show. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you click that button. For this DIY, I'm using some scrap wood, but you can also use these Dollar Tree signs and cut them down to size. You're going to need the 1 by 2 inch furring strips for $1.77 from Home Depot and something to cut them with. Now, I do this with the edges of the wood after I cut it. Do you see I'm cutting the little sharp edges off because it kind of saves the sandpaper a little bit? I thought I'd leave that in there because I just take for granted that you guys know this stuff, or a lot of you do these tricks, and then I find out there's at least one of you that will go, "Oh, thank you so much, I didn't think of that." So that does save your sandpaper a little bit if you use your scissors first. And then this is a print from a Dollar Tree sign that I got. I didn't like the frame, so I'm doing a new frame for it, but I love the saying, I love the print. So I'm using the glue stick from the Dollar Tree, and I want to make sure I explain this really well because it's almost a foolproof method for not having wrinkles when you don't want something to have wrinkles. A lot easier to work with than Mod Podge because it doesn't get the paper as wet. You know, you're dealing with a drier glue. You have to apply a super thick layer. You can't miss any spots. So I used about 1/8 of a brand new stick right there just for this application. And then when you press it down, you have to let it dry for 24 hours. Then you have to mist it with a clear varnish or a polyacrylic clear spray. Just get some kind of layer of plastic on it. But you can't hit it with Mod Podge, because if you hit it with Mod Podge, you will run into the same problem of your paper wrinkling and shriveling up because it will be exposed to moisture. So that's really important. I have found lately that I'm content with leaving it after I mist it with a clear varnish. I think it looks great, and that's enough protection for me because it's a shield of plastic. If you want that really thick, heavy looking plastic on it, then go ahead and apply it after you protect your paper, because you got to get it sealed in there to protect it from the moisture. We don't want it to wrinkle up. If you don't want it to wrinkle up, I don't want it to wrinkle up. So make sure you seal it. So I just put a little black paint around the edges there to kind of make it look a little more rustic and to hide the edges a little bit. I just like the look it gave. It was almost like an additional frame. And now I'm taking watered down burnt umber from apple barrel paint mixed with a little bit of black and a little bit of water, and I'm applying it to the wood. Now it looks too dark, you guys, but don't worry, this is going to turn out to be the perfect color. And now that it's drying, you can see that's a really nice rustic color. It's uneven. I was also using a baby wipe to kind of wipe off the bigger puddles here and there to kind of help it get that, I don't know if it's a cloudy look or an uneven look on purpose, because that kind of helped towards the look that I was going for. And now I'm just using some hot glue to apply the frame. And I'm using the color Khaki by Apple Barrel, and I'm dry brushing it on there. Now I'm going to do this 2 times. I kind of want to go slow because I don't want it to be too light, and at the same time I want to bring out that word heart and the word home a little bit more. I just want to tie it in, and then I decide, hey, this would look really cute with some accents here, the little Dollar Tree rub-ons. And I think, oh, Holly, you've got to get it lighter though, or you won't be able to see those at all. So we go one more layer here with the Khaki from Apple Barrel Paint again, and we end up with a really pretty color. I actually love the way this frame came out. The color is so complementary to the print in real life. I hope the camera picks it up. But there's the rub-on transfers. It's a really soft look because I do want a rustic, distressed look for this sign. And I'm going to go ahead and add some to the top. And you'll see me later down here in the video, I will be using a fine tipped black Sharpie to outline each one of those so they pop. But right now I'm taking the Dollar Tree little mini chalkboard sign. It's a heart, and I thought it would be so cute up in the corner. I'm taking some of the Dollar Tree ribbon, the gingham print there, to cover the hole. And oh, look at that, you guys. I think it looks so cute. It just kind of tied the whole piece in and gave it character. And now I'm tracing those leaves. I just want them to pop a little bit more. In person you can see the vines just fine, but I was concerned on film you guys might not be able to, but it just added so much charm to this sign. And when you mess up with your pen, I just took some sharp tweezers there and scraped it off so that it was a nice thin line again. It's a quick fix, and voila, we're done. For this DIY, I saw this really cute napkin holder on Amazon, and I thought, oh my gosh, these would be perfect. So those are from the Dollar General to the right with the little animals on it and the chicken wire, and to the left you find those at the Dollar Tree, and they're both $1. And you're going to need some wood in any size you want. I used a 1x3 because I thought that was a nice size for the amount of napkins I wanted to put in between this. But it has taken a full year for those little Dollar Tree galvanized pieces to come to my stores. That's how far behind my stores are. It's really sad. And we're just taking now and trying to match it up to those signs. So I started off with some watered down burnt umber. It was too orange, and what ended up being the perfect color was khaki from Apple Barrel, painted all over the wood. I dried it, and then I'm going to apply some really fine, very, very fine dry brushing with black, because that's how the real signs look. The distressing on it is super, super fine. So you see me taking a baby wipe right there and wiping a little bit off because it's getting a little too chunky. But that's what we're going to do for that. And then that little clip on the front there, it comes off so easy, you guys. I just used a mini screwdriver, took it off, and now I'm putting the screw back in. I actually like the screw, but I'm going to modify this a little bit. I mean, it's an inspiration piece, so it's not going to be identical. I didn't want the crossed wood there like a barn door. I wanted to use those little farm animals and glue those on the front to cover the screws. And if the screw shows, it's just fine, because all the more rustic to me, it doesn't bother me. But I'll tell you, someone asked me if I could do steampunk decor, and I had to laugh because that's what I was thinking when I saw the screws. I think I need me some cogs and screws, but but anyway, I just covered this with some craft sticks. This was a super last minute thing because I thought, oh, that's going to bother me if it looks like a frame. It's you know, you're not going to be able to see it because I'm always going to have napkins in it, but just in case you could see a little bit, I wanted to cover it. And then I just stained those craft sticks with watered down black paint. I think it came up perfect. And now I'm gluing the little animals down on the front. Look at that, you guys. This is so cute. And of course it has to be on both sides because you can see these napkin holders from both sides. And I'm using a generous amount of hot glue to put this together. That held it just fine. You can see what I'm doing here. And that's it. We have a really, really cute napkin holder. Now this is another tier tray idea. This is one of the supplies my awesome subscribers sent me in a craft box. I want the hook from the bottom of it. I think they are meant, or they would be perfect for holding like the Dollar Tree buffalo check little hot mittens that you use for the oven, but I don't have anywhere that's, you know, a wall that's tall enough near my oven to do that. So I'm going to take the hook off, and I'm going to use this for my tiered trays in my kitchen because I think that would be cute. And I believe it's from Dollar General. It's $1.49. I'm not sure. You know, there's a Dollar General near me. It's about 50 minutes away. I'm going to drive and go check it out. They have some really, really cute things, so I guess it's worth it. I've always thought, oh, that's kind of far away, but, well, I drive that far to some Dollar Trees, but my sister lives there. Like, I have other things. This is in the opposite direction where I don't have anything else, but I'm going to check out Dollar General. It looks like it's got some really good stuff. So I'm taking my burnt umber now. You saw me remove the sticker with, thank you, by the way, for the people who told me many months ago to use a dryer to help remove the price tags. It works brilliantly. And I'm taking my burnt umber there just to touch up the sides because the sides look kind of cheap. They're kind of cork. And now I kind of distress the edges. I'm taking a little bit of that sandpaper and just sanding it to distress it a little bit in the front. I'm making another gingham bow there. This is just such a simple DIY, you guys. I just want to give you additional ideas. And if you have a Dollar General near you, definitely go check it out because this is adorable. For this DIY, you're going to need some of these farm animals from the Dollar General and some lath or a large paint stick. And I take my lath outside when I get it and I pre-cut it into different sizes and I spray paint it white because they all come in different colors. It's dirt cheap. It's 8 feet for about $1.19, I think. Super, super cheap. So some of them come like a tan color, some come red. So see it on the back there. So I usually just take it and spray paint it all white so it's uniform. And then I used a little bit of wood glue in between each of those planks. You saw me do that along with the stapler gun to hold this together, and I'm just touching up the sides. Then I'm going to turn this into a really cute little sign, but not any sign, you guys. It's going to be like a multi-purpose, multifunctional sign, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So these are some super cute antique screws that I ordered from Amazon. They're perfect for this DIY. And I'm just taking a little Sharpie there and marking where I need to screw these in. It was super simple, you guys. And you're probably wondering, why are you using hooks? Why don't you just glue them on? Or, you know, I don't know if there's any other way to apply them, actually, right off the top of my head. But I am using the hooks because I think those little farm animals will make awesome Christmas tree decorations. I plan on taking them off and on during the holiday season. So during that time, I will use this sign to hang other things on. I might hang a little mini jar with flowers in. I can hang keys. I can hang spoons. I can hang, oh my gosh, sky's the limit. You can hang anything on it. Christmas ornaments, little wreaths. So this is a multi-purpose sign, and I just think it's so simple and it came out so cute. This is a cutting board that I've been hanging up in my kitchen now for 20 years. It's of my cat Louise. It was given to me as a Christmas gift, and this little kitty looks just like my old cat Louise. She was such a sweet little soul. And I decided it's time for a change now, but I'm going to make it a two-sided board just in case I change my mind. I definitely don't want to ruin it. So you're going to need some more of those little farm animal signs there. And that's from the Dollar General. And then you're going to need some of those wooden utensils from the Dollar Tree. They come in a package there. It looks like it's Luau stuff maybe at the Dollar Tree. That's where you find those. And I try sanding the back of this and I realize it's got a super thick, shiny plastic on it. There's just no way to sand through that. It's almost like a bathroom countertop. So I pull out my primer, by Kilz, Kilz, and I have to give it 2 coats of white primer, and I'm using a sponge so that I'm going, really careful because I don't want to damage the front print in case I change my mind, years down the road again and I want to see Louise. And the next step, we're just taking some sandpaper. We're sanding off the little gold pineapple from the bottom of this fork and spoon. Like I said, I think it's for a luau type thing, so it's got a little foil gold pineapple. And I am using rather rough sandpaper. Isn't that a cool sander, you guys? It's called a Gator. And oh my gosh, thank you so much to the subscriber who sent that to me. That is awesome. It's for getting in little fine corners, but I love it. So now we're taking some black paint and we're going to cover the back and front of the wooden spoon and fork because it might show, actually it will show, so you do have to cover the front and back. And just to tone down the bright white just a little bit, I'm using the color Pewter Gray by Apple Barrel, and I'm doing some very light distressing. There it is right there. It's really soft. And we're going to use one of those Dollar General signs, this time with a cow. It says moo, and we're going to cut off the wire because I'm just after that sign right there, and I do also have to remove the cow, and that's kind of tough. The staples, they're a little harder to get out than I thought they were going to be. I ended up using these little fine tweezers and kind of slipping them under there and then lifting them up, but I wanted it to be a rectangle going in a vertical position like this, and so I glue it in the center. And I'm going to take my little cow and glue my cow in the middle of that. And then we're going to be taking the spoon and the fork and gluing it on either side. This is some bigger gingham print, I think, from the Dollar Tree. And I'm making another little bow because I got the bow thing going right now and I kind of want to tie it in. This is this summer's decor theme for my kitchen, and I'm gluing it on the top, and that's it. I think this came up so cute. For this next DIY, I saw this on Pinterest and I fell in love. But here's the funny story. That green lid right there I found at a thrift store. It never came to the Dollar Tree. The glass is from the Dollar Tree, but it never came to my Dollar Tree, those little lids. And I took this wood and the Dremel, believe it or not. I cut circles with a Dremel. I just kind of lift it up and down and stay on the edge. And I used this hammered spray paint by Rust-Oleum. So I started off thinking I'm going to use a really strong glue. I'm going to use Fix-All by Super Glue so that this puppy sticks. So I glue it down. I put something heavy on it overnight. It's totally flat. I glue the glass down using the same glue, and the glass was holding like, you can't get it off. But there's a story coming up with this lid, you guys. I end up putting it outside, spray painting it, and leaving it in the sun for about 8 hours. Now we get really hot sun where I live, but the plastic, I learned later when I try to fix this 3 times and I go to blow dry the paint to dry it, that the heat makes the plastic disengage from the glue. It does something to that plastic. I don't know what it is, but anyway, we'll get back to that. I go about galvanizing it using Pewter Gray and Pavement by Apple Barrel and a makeup sponge. And the magic trick to getting your galvanizing looking good after you apply all those little amoeba shapes is you just use a iridescent silver paint and tap on a generous layer with a sponge like you see me doing there, and you make sure all of it is covered with the iridescent silver paint, and you will get such a beautiful result. Wait and see. It looks so legitimate and it's so simple to do. So as I'm blow drying this, I'm thinking, I waited too long to stumble on this lid. I am not settling for any kind of buckling or bubbling. And so I tear it off and I go, what the heck is going on under here? And look, the glue almost looks burned from being in the sun. Look at that, it looks fried. It just turned weird. And I don't know what happened under there. I guess I cooked the glue, but the fix to this for me was to remove all the glue, sand it, get some poster board, glue the poster board on top of the wood, and then use Mod Podge to glue the plastic lid on top of the poster board that was glued to the wood. And then I put some very heavy weights with flat wood. I put a flat wood piece down and some 2 5-pound weights on top, and it turned out perfect. This ends up being my favorite DIY, you guys, but it's a funny story because this was definitely a pain. Hope I gave you some giggles today, you guys. And if you liked the video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. And as always, until the next one, breathe deep, fret not, and do things that make you happy.